Hello, welcome to our weekly music show. I'm Richelle Harrison Plesse in Paris. Coming up, his winning song was called Heroes. Now man Zelmerlow is a hero in his native Sweden after taking home the Eurovision crown. Festival season kicks off here in France. Our team heads to Normandy to check out Papillons de Nuit. And he belongs to French musical royalty, but Thomas Dutronc continues to tread his own path with the release of his latest album. Well, for all that, I'm joined by France 24 music critic Mark Thompson. Hi, Mark. Good to see you.
Hi, Richelle.
Well, let's start with the Eurovision Song Contest staged in Vienna last weekend. Now, behind the awkward dance moves and outlandish costumes, there's very much a political edge to the competition. Did the right man win this year?
Well, they certainly did better than the English and French entries. I think we've basically just given up any hope of winning the competition now. Sweden obviously has history with the competition. It's the 6th time they've won. Everyone obviously remembers ABBA. This was a very different song, but it was very much of its time. It had the electro-pop edge, which is huge in Europe right now. It's very popular. It's everything you really expect from a big Eurovision hit single. It starts very slow. There's a big sing-along chorus, the incredible visuals that went along with it, and the lyrics really make no sense. So it pretty much ticks every box as that goes. Let's have a listen to Heroes.
He said, I never left your side when you were lost. I'll follow right behind. Was your foundation. Now go sing it like a hummingbird, the greatest anthem ever heard. Now sing it again. We are the heroes of our time.
As you can see, it's just a huge spectacle.
Very catchy.
Exactly. It's a real earworm. I've had it in my head all day. Man Zelmerlow, going into the competition, was already something of a pseudo-celebrity. He'd finished 5th in Idol about a decade ago in his home country. There was a bit of controversy, though, because about a year ago, he mentioned in an interview that he thought that being gay was abnormal. And now, obviously, Eurovision is hugely popular in the gay community, and this has caused a lot of controversy, but obviously not with his fans in his native Lund, which is his hometown. They welcomed him back with open arms, gave him a fittingly heroic welcome, and he says that he wants to make the most out of this success and really use it as a launchpad for his career.
Okay, well,
this was definitely a big dream for me. And to win the Eurovision Song Contest is, as I said, almost too good to be true. But the dream is an international tour, an international career, and I hope that this has opened some doors for that. And that is what I will continue to work for.
Okay, well, this next artist's mother competed in Eurovision back in 1963. French guitarist and singer Thomas Dutronc belongs to musical royalty, but he's carved out a career in his own right, and especially with his latest album, he's well and truly stepped out of his parents' shadow.
Yes, very much so. But when your parents are Jacques Dutronc and Françoise Hardy in France, a lot is expected of you. He has managed to do it, though. The first 2 albums he released came in the top 5 in France and the top 10 in France and Belgium, and I think we can pretty much expect the same from this album, Eternal Jusqu'à Demain, which is out this week. He recorded it in London, and he said he wanted to have a sound that was similar to Jamiroquai and Adele. I really think he's missed that by quite a way, but he wanted a big sound, and I think we do have more of that. His older work, he had similar notes to his father, very touched on socio-political issues. This is a lot more internal, it's a lot more romantic, and what do you expect from a French pop record? Let's have a listen to the first single from that record.
Un orchestre fou passe la 5e. Quelqu'un tient debout dans son verre un poème. Tu me trouvais pas mal, je te trouvais superbe. Pendant ce temps-là, allongé dans l'herbe.
Okay, well, summer's just around the corner, which means a festival season kicks off here in France. Mark, you were in Normandy over the weekend to check out Papillons de Nuit.
Yeah, Papillons de Nuit. It sounds a lot prettier name in French than the Moth Festival, as the actual translation would be in English. Huge lineup. A lot of festivals here in France especially rely on these big international artists, and we had Lauryn Hill and Placebo there. But what I really like about this festival is they did put French artists at the core. And it's like the French artists of the moment, people like Christine and the Queens, Bay, the Havana. These were the people at the heart of the festival. This is what happened this weekend. I'm standing in a field in Normandy surrounded by tens of thousands of people. It can only mean one thing. Festival season is back.
God chain told tonight for what it's worth. For what it's worth.
15 years ago, this site was home to its first ever festival. Since, Papillons de Nuit has grown to become a showcase for both established and upcoming French artists.
On s'appelle eBay. Making words, making sounds, making songs. Now you can feel my heart spinning.
Together, this year's performers were nominated for a total of 10 awards at the Victoire de la Musique, the French version of the Grammys, in February. Among them, rap pioneers I Am.
It's always a pleasure. The advantage of a festival like this is that you can be discovered by people who don't necessarily come to see you because they don't know you. And we can see other groups that we like and see what they're like live. That's always good for us.
La paix écrite dans mon âme établie. Je viens de terminer ma préparation mentale. Ils vont goûter à l'incomparable style du serveur. Le souffle des 4 vents décuple ma puissance. De longs mois de travail ont exacerbé mes sens.
Big names for a big festival. Papillons de Nuit is among the 10 largest dedicated music events in France. And over the years, it's gained a loyal following.
I've been coming to this festival since I was 14, so I'm very happy to come back each year.
I just came here to have a good time, have fun, go to concerts. I think it's amazing. There's a great atmosphere. It's awesome.
The festival's grown from a crowd of just 10,000 on its opening weekend to 70,000 this year. That's largely thanks to this man. Patrice Amelin is the festival's founder and director. Even he didn't expect the festival to take off like it has.
Oh no, not at all. We just took a gamble, and then we really liked it. But we really did not expect that today we'd be this big and host such renowned and celebrated artists.
The event is also a boon for the local economy. Saint-Laurent-de-Cuve is normally home to just 500 people. Each year, they all pitch in to help make the festival a success.
It's true that when we started, there were a few people, certain residents, who were a bit skeptical because of the large crowd. But now they look forward to it every year. There are a lot of things happening over these 3 days, and on top of that, they're all volunteers, they join in. Today we estimate that the festival makes around 6-7 million euros, and that's not just for the town, but for the whole region.
So what about the food? Well, there are the traditional French festival favourites like hamburgers, crepes and churros, but there are also local delicacies like oysters and magret de canard. And this year, there's even a special Michelin star treat.
We're preparing small cod strips with a sweet potato puree, a pork vinaigrette, and grated potato fries. It's a recipe we've adapted for the festival.
It's the ultimate dinner and a show. Michelin-star food, and some of the best live music France has to offer.
Ça ne tient pas debout, sous mes pieds le ciel revient.
Well, food and music, a perfect combination there. Who were the standout acts for you, Mark?
Well, I have to say I'm still not comfortable with the idea of oysters as a festival food. I think fresh fish in general, it just doesn't quite fit.
A bit risky, perhaps?
Yeah, but on the music side, Ebayi, who we saw at the start of that package, they're one of my French artists of the year, really. They have one of my favourite albums of the year, and it's nice to see their live show really followed through with what I heard on the album. It was also the first time I've got to see Christine the Queen's live since she's become France's indie pop princess, and she stood up to the name. It was a very polished, very professional performance. It was nice to see that transform onto the stage.
Okay, well, Christine and the Queens is actually set to hit the stage again this weekend at the We Love Green Festival right here in Paris.
Yes, well, once festival season gets going, it's a bit of a juggernaut. Every weekend there's a new event. I have a lot of time for We Love Green. It's a big event, but the tickets are quite cheap, and they put a lot of emphasis on everything being environmentally friendly, and the lineup is generally pretty good. As far as the artists are concerned this year, Julian Casablancas from The Strokes. I'm not a huge fan of his solo music, but he will be a very professional performer, I'm sure. I'm a big fan of Joey Badass, though, who is playing, and he's a very intelligent hip-hop artist. I'm still not sure about the fuss with Django, though. For me, the clear standout again is Christine and the Queens. It's a show not to miss.
She's the one to watch.
Very much so.
Okay. Well, that brings us to the end of our show. Don't forget to check out our website. Plus, we're also on Facebook and Twitter. And for those who can't make the We Love Green Festival to see Christine and the Queens in action, we'll leave you with a clip from her show at Papillons de Nuit. Stay tuned to France 24.
Ne tient pas debout, le ciel coule sur, ça ne tient pas debout, le ciel coule sur mes mains, ça ne tient pas debout, sous mes pieds le ciel revient.
Hello there, this is Live from Paris on France 24.
Get connected with France 24 social media. Take the first step. Tweet, like, become a fan of, break away from your TV. Find another dimension. Become even more linked up to the news with France24.com, together with our mobile and tablet apps. France 24. Get a connected view of the world.